prison changed my whole view on the world. You know what on the world is? I had real look.
The world.
The world, chico, and everything. Look. In there, it's very racially divided. Blacks are with blacks, Hispanics are with Hispanics, whites are with whites, others, and then there's like a small others like Asians and that kind of shit that kind of can choose who to ride with, right? So in my case, I was one of 14 Cubans in a 500-person prison. We were heavily outnumbered. Let's start with there. So we kind of were okay because of the Puerto Ricans, because there was 350 fucking Puerto Ricans out of 500 people there. So they ran the prison.
Shit.
So we were kind of okay.
Florida?
Yeah.
Not a lot of Cubans? It's crazy.
Yeah, I know you would assume
be
that.
on point, bro. Yo, hustling and hard work.
No.
Puerto Ricans, I'll stab you, cuz.
So check it out. What happens is the prison system in Puerto Rico is a mess. It's completely falling apart.
Oh, so they send them over
So they
there?
ship them to the closest federal prison, which is
shit.
Florida. So Florida's federal prison are
My
infested
bad,
with
Puerto
Puerto Ricans.
Ricos. Sorry.
So, what?
Mira
Mira Cuba. That's how they.
Yo.
Mira Cuba. Yeah. Shout out. Look, hold on. I gotta do this now. Shout out to fucking. We good? 28 minutes. Shout out to oye, todos los boricuas que todavía están. Shout out to Tornillo. Shout out to fucking. Who else? Pedrito, Pedro. All of you. Shout out to Villegas. All my people out there. Anyway. So, what happens in there? Obviously, like, you can talk to each other. Like, people from other races associate with each other, do business with each other. It's not like oh, forbidden. But you just don't, you're not like best friends. You know what I mean?
Besties.
So look at what happens with me. This blew my mind, bro. I get assigned to this job in prison called Unicor. Unicor is this mega corporation that uses prison labor to make shit. They pay us like 18 cents.
What were you making?
18 cents an hour.
No. What were you like physically making? Were you making things like license plates?
Each warehouse, each warehouse in each prison makes something different. We were like assembling furniture, I think.
Oh wow, they make you do shit that complex. I've heard of license plates.
No, but we didn't assemble it. We just would get these orders, put the parts on a pallet, throw it on a truck, and then they would ship it to wherever it's going.
Part of the process.
Yeah. So, I get this job, and then my quote unquote, like, the guy who's training me is a black prison inmate. So I'm already like, fuck, but whatever.
What? Oh, because it's beef.
No, not beef.
This is feds or state?
No.
This is feds.
I never went to the state. This is feds.
This is feds. But it's okay. So, but you're
It
tripping
wasn't
because of the
bad.
politics. You're tripping because of the
It
politics.
wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't bad, but I didn't want problems, bro. You know what I mean? So I was like, all right, whatever. But the guy was cool. This old guy, this older black dude, and then I'm about to leave, and the guy who's the inmate, who's the clerk up front, is like, you know who that guy in Spanish? This guy is Colombian doctor, guy that got indicted for a bunch of shit. It's funny that the doctors always say they're innocent. Anyway, don't get me started on that shit.
Don't they all?
No. But the doctors are on another level. They're like, yeah, they think just because they're doctors, it's like, bro, you're in here with us. You're another fucking inmate. Cállate la boca. So
Those are like the nerds of prison. They're like,
Anyway,
all right, nerd, shut up. You're in here
I-
with us too.
So the Colombian doctor's like, you know who that is? And I'm like, bro, I just got here like the other day. No, I don't even know where I'm standing. He's like, bro, that's Spoon. And I'm like, what the fuck does that make me? Fork? Like, what does that mean? He's like, bro, that guy got pardoned by Obama. He had a massive case. Look him up. And I looked him up, and like, bro,
In prison? Oh, because you have access to the internet, right?
real, like one of the biggest, craziest gangster stories you've ever seen in your life.
Spoon?
Look him up.
We'll drop something here for you guys to look up.
I put 2 and 2 together, and I realized I wrote a book report, a current event. You remember the current events in fucking high school? No, middle school. For me, it was middle school.
Middle school, high school. Yeah.
Bro, I wrote a current event about this guy. So I show up to work the next day at the fucking prison, and I'm like, yo, I wrote a fucking current event on you. And he was like, for real? I was like, yeah, bro.
You're the reason I'm in here. He goes to stand.
Nah. Bro, we become friends.
That's crazy.
And he turns out, bro, so it turns out he got a life sentence. He got pardoned by Obama. And he worked his way down from the penitentiary, papa.
And he got back in?
No, listen. So there's 4 levels of security in federal prison.
Uh-huh.
There's the pen, which is like the baddest motherfuckers that walk the earth. Medium, which is still pretty bad, gang
Second baddest, yeah.
Yeah. The low, which is a little better, a little freer movement, but still a lot of gangs. And then where I was at, which was the camp. The camp is minimum security. There's only 3 guards on duty at a time. 500.
Chilling. Not fucking...
They sneak in food every night. They sneak in fucking cell phones. There's drones that fucking come and bring us shit sometimes. It's crazy. Yeah,
what?
yeah,
Drones?
Yeah. The only reason I can talk about this is because I'm not on probation. Anyway, crazy shit. So, bro, Spoon had worked his way down from the pen. He started at the pen.
Like, what do you mean work your way? Like, you get good behavior and
over
you get to go down?
Over time, based on your behavior and fighting your case,
Got it.
you can work your way down to a different facility and then do it again.
So it's not so stressful?
Yeah.
Damn,
yeah.
bro, that's crazy. What a fucking business model.
He had worked his way down.
Behave good and you won't be in such a stressful fucking environment.
Bro,
what?
So this guy worked his way down from the pen. Infamous Miami gangster. Like, and to this day, we're friends. Like, he's a friend of mine, bro.
He's still locked up?
He's still locked up. Right now, he's doing time in Jessup, Georgia. It's a camp right north of the Florida border. But he'll be out probably in the next few years. And that's like a friend of mine, bro.
You keep in touch now?
Yeah. One of the most notorious fucking gangsters that ever came out of Miami.
You should do a story on him. You should do like a video on him. That'd be cool.
No, that's all.
Oh, because
it'll
hurt him? It'll hurt him?
We gotta work out a publishing deal before we talk about any of that shit.
Gotcha.
Anyway, so prison has like flipped my view on humans. Like, it's made me understand that who you think is your worst enemy could be your best friend. That guy ended up being kind of like a mentor to me. He's an older dude. Like, when I mean older, much older. So I learned from him, and like we became, and then he looked out for me when he didn't have to. I'll tell you a quick funny story. So they sneak shit into prison all the time. Me and him had become friends at this point, and I'm working, and I'm fucking sweating my ass off in the warehouse, and he's like, Cuba. That's why everybody called me Cuba. Come here. And he's like, the funny thing is, on the street, when you do one of these, you think it's drugs. In there, we do it for a cheeseburger. We do it for shit that he's like, and then he whips out a Ziploc bag with like ice in it, with like this cherry, bro. They made the finest popsicles in prison, dog. The best popsicles I've ever eaten in my life.
No diddy.
So what they did was they got this this Kool-Aid powder, and they'd freeze it. They'd put a Ziploc bag and put water in it, shake it, and leave it in the freezer at work, because we didn't have refrigerators in the unit. At work, so they leave it in there, and they come back the next day, and we got a popsicle. Shout out to Nate. Nate, damn, he made some fire-ass cherry popsicles, man. I got to help him write. I promised him I'd help him write a book.
He's out?
No, he's doing time with Spoon in Georgia. They got shipped after I left Coleman. I did time in Coleman, Central Florida, and Coleman. They got shipped to Georgia. So yeah, man, like.
Coleman is where you did it.
Coleman, Central Florida, yeah. It's Coleman prison camp. It used to be a female prison camp. Don't get me started on the shit they used to do to the females there. There's, all right, a quick one. There's one story I heard, which is, I think you can look it up. The prison guard had gotten so many female inmates pregnant.
What?
That he was actually going to get indicted by the federal government. Fucking big surprise.
He didn't?
Because he shot himself in the fucking head in the parking lot in his car.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. How about this? Some of the chicks got fucking malaria from the water, from the shower water. They got infected, and a bunch of them sued the BOP. Bro, it's like nonstop like stories of the shit they did, that these women like. And I don't know what it is about women who go to federal prison. A lot of them are smoking hot. Like, smoking hot.